The EPA has done some yeoman's work in the past, and I think that it's time for it to move to the next level. And instead of just being the EPA should be the Academy of Environmental Sciences. Folks over there should be scholars and should be pursuing the various theories and debunking them and researching new ideas to make the place a better one. For example, global warming. It's real. I mean, temperatures probably are higher than times in the past and recent times in the past and so on. But maybe the contribution or the contributor or the culprit might be misunderstood. And everybody's shouting that carbon dioxide is the problem. And of course, it depends on your understanding of the world. You'll see that probably somebody's aiming at obstructing capitalism or destroying economies because most processes produce, these pollutants, carbon, carbon dioxide, and other oxides. But I don't think that necessarily carbon dioxide is a problem. In that the atmosphere, air, what I learned in high school, if I remember correctly, air is a mixture of a variety of elements, compounds, and mixtures. And some are man-made, others are just natural. And from the history of the world, they've been around. Carbon dioxide has always been around, even from ancient times. We've got trees produce carbon dioxide, and humans and animals produce carbon dioxide. So it has always been around. But the levels is a problem. And notwithstanding the pollution, the carbon will, dirty your buildings and produce a sort of carbonic acid, which could help to acidify the waterways and so on in the world. But when you look at the air, for example, there are several elements, maybe compounds and mixtures. You have nitrogen, oxygen, water vapor, dust, carbon dioxide. You have the rare gases like neon, krypton, xenon, argon, helium, and so on. And the argument is that when the sun heats up the earth, the heat is trying to escape into the atmosphere, outer space and so on, stratosphere and so on. And carbon dioxide blocks it. And theoretically, I can understand that. And there's nothing in the world that isn't impeded by something there. When rain is falling, it also is knocking on these various elements and compounds and so on and bouncing around, etc. It doesn't come straight out, go straight up. It has these resistance. But and so dust is also another aspect up into the in the air, factor here that could be resistant the exodus of the heat. Now, to single out carbon dioxide and say that this is the problem, I would have agreed with it in a way as if it were, well, all gases have heat in them because this is why they are gas. I mean, matter exists in solid, liquid, and gas. And you have water, ice, water, gas. You have dry ice. You have flowing carbon dioxide, and then you have gases. And so they all have a certain amount of gas. But between water and carbon dioxide, the question is which requires or which holds more heat. And that's something that I'll have to do a test to see. I don't know. I haven't been able to check that out. I don't have time to research it. But I would assume that water has the potential to hold more heat in it. I can't get into physics here or chemistry or biology or whatever. But it seems to me that carbon dioxide as a gas is not holding as much heat as water vapor. And so it's not only carbon dioxide will be impeding the exodus. There's a different way of looking at the factor. It might hold some of the heat in that it's gaseous as well as the water. What is more out there? Is it more water or is it more carbon dioxide? I think there's more water out there. And therefore, it will be the water vapor in the air that is holding most of the heat. I mean, humidity, I understand, is when the air is saturated in water, it absorbs the heat, and so it's feeling this dry heat or whatever, you know. So I think that we need to look at and see that carbon dioxide is not necessarily our enemy, except the carbon that it will, and the burning, the carbon that gets out there, and the carbonic acid that it could form. So I think the EPA needs to, look at things in an objective way and try to get the best science there because so far the Kyoto treaty and all that is seen to limiting carbon, and the real people behind this could be the chaos people, the people who want to see economies collapse because almost everything does use this process burning stuff, coals and so on. So I think that we're going to need to look at this a little more carefully.